What's good? Welcome to the evening edition of the Delz Show. I am DJ Delz, and we are live. We are live. We're going to first talk about Bray Wyatt The Fiend. New merch is available today. A Christmas Funko Pop has released, and it is available still. If you are looking for it, it is in the description box, and I also have it in the chat. Does this mean he's coming back? People are talking about it. Me personally, this is an idea I'm sure happened 6 months to a year ago. Plus, you got to think about production, putting this project together. So I think that that could be the case. If it's already in production, they're not going to scrap the project. I don't think they will. And they own the Bray Wyatt name. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they own The Fiend. So if that's the case, then they could do whatever they want. If they want to, they could literally make a new Fiend, just throw someone in that damn mask and put that together. So we shall see what the future holds as far as with Bray Wyatt and this Fiend character. But you can get this Funko Pop, glows in the dark, also comes in a protector case, one of them heavy pop protector cases. So I got 3 of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a huge fan of Bray Wyatt, so why the hell wouldn't I? I know people that bought 6 of them. The Funko looks crazy, for real, for real. We're gonna do a check-in. Let me know who's up in here. And once again, if you're looking for this Funko Pop, it is in the chat. Keep in mind, if you'd like to donate to the channel, there is the super chat and the Cash App at REALDJDELZ. And thank you all for tuning in, regardless. And please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts. Do you guys think Bray Wyatt will be coming back to WWE? Do you see him going over to AEW? Will he hit the indies at all? I highly doubt it. Go to New Japan, maybe. But I could see him coming back to WWE eventually. And this could be a sign. Who knows with Vince McMahon? He could say, God damn it, let's throw them all away. Just destroy all the Funko Pops. I'm probably doing an awful impression of him, but at least I tried. We have a couple of new thank you promos, by the way. We have 2 thank you promos, an updated group promo thank you featuring Steve Smithers and Sacagawea and a bunch of others. It's updated. And also, there's a new promo with me and Jonesy. So if you'd like to see those, just request them and send your super chats. Let's do a check-in. We got Keegan in here. Salute. We've got G-Fish. He says, say it ain't so, Joe. Yeah, Joe is, there's a lot of speculation. Some paperwork came out on Joe, allegedly. We don't know if it's true or not. But yeah, the streets are talking, the internet is talking, and shit, I don't know what to say, man. With Joey Crack, I just don't know what to say, man. What is there to say, right? What's there to say? How do y'all feel about that? How do you guys feel about the possibility of Joey Crack even snitching? Does that change your opinion of him as a fan? If you're a civilian, you're not someone in these streets. How does that make you feel? As a fan, if you're just a fan of music and you work at, a store or a business 9 to 5, I don't understand how that would even affect a person that's a civilian. Just me personally. But if you're in the streets, that's a different thing, right? So just curious to pick your mind. And if you want to talk about that, you guys control the show. Just that's what that comment section is, and that's what the description box is. And yes, West Side Gun and Currency at midnight. And Currency's album allegedly has 0 features on it. 0 features. So shit. I'm looking forward to both of them. I really am. Let me tweet Currency. Maybe he'll come through. He's always a last-minute person. I may be able to get him last minute. So let me just tweet him. I'm sure he won't, but maybe he will. Come through and plug album Is it great? If not, it's all good. Let's see what else we got here. What's up, No Name Misfits? Let's see what else we got here. Geez. Boston says, so Adam Cole promotes new WWE figures, and even if he tapes, he may or may not leave. Then the Bray Funko comes out. He's fired. What the F? That's what I'm saying, Boston. Like, I don't understand what's going on here. It's kind of crazy. But you got to keep in mind that these are projects that were developed way before these alleged releases or, leaving the company by contracts running out. So we just don't know exactly what the 411 is on this situation at hand. Only time will tell, man. What's up, DJ Alistair? How you doing, bro? Good to see you in here, man. I appreciate you. I noticed you've been in here a lot, man. I appreciate that. Yo, what up, Stretch? Montana. Hawaii Rams fan. We live, baby. Jake Ryan, what's up, bro? Let's see. Is either one a chase? No, there's no chase on the Bray Wyatt. It does glow in the dark. And it looks like, let me gather that image. It looks like the Bray Wyatt Fiend has glow in the dark on the outfit, the eyes, and the hat. Let's hope that's what it is. Pretty sick though, dude. Pretty sick. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this. As I said, I copped 3 of them. If you're looking for them, definitely do so. Let me throw the link in the chat. If anyone wants to come up and talk, call in. And Sean is in here, Jake Ryan. And let's see. He says Wyatt was was at AEW in the crowd. Was he? I didn't know that. That's crazy. Let's see. Hawaii Rams fan. He says he looks like a gremlin. Let me pull that up again. Yeah, a little bit. I see what you're saying. Let's see. Spot on, bro. Yes, sir. I try. He says, what? What are you wondering about? Say what? What am I saying? What did I say that y'all wondering about? Salute, bro. Salute to my dude, the Macho King, CP23. Killama, I got some new promos. You're going to die watching these. The new Jones one is crazy. Creepy. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Explain. Pretty dope Funko Pop. He says, Delz, I just seen size 20 Crayola Adidas at Ross. I should buy for shoes. Oh, yeah, you'll definitely win, right? No one's going to have a Crayola sneaker. He says, with dreads. Yeah, it has the dreadlocks on it. There's a few other wrestling things that are going on. Oh, reacting to the snitching, I suppose. I read a little on it. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what to say about it. I'm not trying to get sued. And I also, when it comes to that kind of shit, I like to keep my mind out, my opinion off of it. But you guys seem to really want to speak about it. So feel free to indulge on how you feel about with Fat Joe allegedly snitching with this paperwork, alleged paperwork. We live in 2021. It's very easy to make fake documents. Very easy. Shit. This guy yesterday, for example, what the hell? G Fish. We were just kidding around saying, yo, someone photoshopped Jones's face on Nas from the I Am album. I think he did it in 10 minutes and it looked brilliant. So, I mean, if you could do that, then you can, make a fake document like that too, right? So we don't know, some people care about that. Some people feel some sort of way. Some people could care less. They still listen to shit in the club and they still knock into it. How do you feel about Fat Joe? Y'all keep mentioning in the chats. I might as well just change the title and add that to it. But how do you feel about it? Does that affect you and your fandom? Can you not listen to Fat Joe no more if he did snitch? Are you to the point where I had enough? I can't do it. I don't mess with Tekashi 6ix9ine. I can't. Allegedly, if Joey did it, I just don't know. I don't know Joe. I don't know him. so I can't even judge him as a person. Like I have never had any kind of real personal thing with him ever. Like I've seen him in the clubs. I've seen him at Jimmy's Bronx Cafe back in the day, off the highway. Used to go there all the time. I've seen him around. I've said what's up to him. He's cut drops, radio drops with me, but besides that, I've never kicked it with him. So I don't know his character. I just know of what I see on the internet. I know what you guys know, It's really it. It says he did a few years for tax evasion. Yes. A lot of music is dropping tonight. I'm excited about that. And we will be talking about that in the morning, definitely, which we'll be broadcasting here tomorrow, I think, at the Delz show in the morning. So, just make sure you subscribe, turn the notifications on. Quint says, Fat Joe didn't hit my radar like that. Got a few of his songs, but isn't someone I care much about. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking, Quint? How old are you, bro? Oh, shoot. Do or Die 2 drops tonight, too? Wow, I'm really excited about that. I think he has a song with Conway the Machine and Lil Wayne, if I'm not mistaken. And he has a song with Rick Ross, 100%. I know that. No Nas record. So that makes a lot of sense. You're 27. I got some years over you. I got about 10 years over you. So I grew up listening to Fat Joe. Like when I was 13 years old, I was listening to Fat Joe's first album, Flow Joe and all that. You gotta flow, Joe. Shit Is Real, all of them records. So I grew up on Fat Joe. So like yourself, you probably were hearing him with like DJ Khaled, and he has a pretty extensive collection of songs from back in the days. I would definitely recommend, Quentin, you listen to the song Success. Hustling is the key to success. Fat Joe, you will love that song. One of my favorite songs. Shit Is Real is incredible. Those are two songs you have got to check out. So there's two new promos. I'm gonna hit the new group promo right now because Riddick's in it, and then there's another promo with just me and Jonesy. But there's a sneak peek of me and Jonesy in the new promo. Thank you, Riddick, for the donation. And if you'd like to cam up, I know you guys have been fiending to talk about wrestling. Let's do it, brother. Let's see. Where is the new promo, the group promo I want to play first? Where the hell is that? Excuse me, guys. It's new, so I'm trying to find it here. Man. Okay, so here's the new updated group promo, featuring some usuals in here too. Let's rock. Thank you, Riddick.
Latino heat, baby.
Love it, bro.
Boom, boom, boom. What's good?
What's good is Riddick, man. Salute to Riddick. Yeah, I had to throw some of the guys on there. They've contributed so much to the Delz, to the Sneaker Addict. I just, it's my way of, besides thanking you guys, but also showing love to people that contribute. You know what I'm saying? So, salute. Jones is kind of stoned and quiet in that promo, but if you want that Jones Delz Cheech and Chong promo, just send that super chat and we'll play it. It's queued up and it's ready to go. So he says Don Cartagena was a dope album. Yeah, it really was, bro. I would say his first three albums were pretty tight. Terror Squad album was really good. So definitely check that out. And we have the Jonesy singing promo too. We do have the Jonesy singing promo. You missed it. I played it a bunch of times yesterday. So let's get to some more wrestling, and just keep talking about what y'all want us to talk. What you want me to talk about, and we will. Before we do, Keegan says let's play the other one. So here we go with the other one. Delz and Jonesy. This is gonna be us in November. All right, hopefully.
Hey, check it out, Jonesy. Hey, is there anything on my face? Jones, be careful lighting it. I think I smell gasoline.
Boom, boom, boom. What's good?
What's good is Jones, man. But what's really good is Keegan McPeters, man. Salute, bro. Thank you for the donation. Oh, my God. We have some fun here. He says AEW don't need to bring a lot of WWE superstars, end up like WCW, keep working young stars. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. I know my homeboy Riddick, really, Jordan, you like that one, huh? I'm glad you enjoyed that, man. You know, I'm trying to keep it fresh for y'all, and fun. You know, I have literally like so many donation thank yous lined up now. So if y'all ever want one when you donate, please request which one you like. And I will play it for you. And donations start at 99 cents. So just keep that in mind. It says they own that gas for real. Facts. So yeah, there is this Triple H fig right here too. Pretty nice, man. I would say so. It's an elite, and it is available right now. It's all over the place. A lot of sites have like posted this today, but you can get it now. It's linked in the description, and it's also in the chat right there. So if you're looking for it, it's $30, but it comes with a lot of extras. The water bottle as the T-shirt. T-shirt's pretty dope that it comes with. A hat. And I'm curious if the hat is plastic or like a plastic or not. Or imagine if it's soft goods, that would be kind of crazy. So there's that new fig, and then there's this Ultimate Warrior. Now I did pre-order the Ultimate Warrior because you know I'm a big fan of Ultimate Warrior. So it comes with 2 belts. I mean, it's a fire ass figure. So if you collect figs. And some people laugh at, the figure stuff's crazy. But if you look at how much some of these shits are worth, then you're going to start saying, okay, maybe I'm a stupid ass for judging people for collecting these things. You know, you people collect sneakers like crazy, and a lot of people collect figs, and I'm one of them. And a lot of you guys on this channel do too. So that is available too. And there's another Ultimate Warrior one, but it keeps selling out. And there's a Hogan one, which I can't get. Also, I'm looking for the General Grievous Hot Topic exclusive. If you go buy a Hot Topic and you see it, please buy it from me. I will pay you for it. Please buy it and ship it to me. I need this General Grievous Star Wars Funko Pop. Only sells at Hot Topic. My store doesn't have it. I think they sold out of it. So, or just didn't release. So if you're by a Hot Topic, check it out. General Grievous Star Wars, like a robot guy with check it out, please. But yeah, so as far as, you know, everything with the action figures, I just wanted to run through that real quick. A little bit of sneaker shit we'll talk about. Red lipstick, Jordan 14. It's not a bad colorway. I actually like this. But the thing is, it's a women's shoe. So once again, they're hitting us with these women's sneakers. This is September 16th. This will release. $170, and it's a nice looking sneaker, but you know, it got the lipstick on the on the insole. I don't really get what the whole concept of this is. Maybe Jordan, this has to do with Jordan's groupies. You know, he had a lot of girls, maybe. So that's what the lipstick is. They were kissing all up on his shit. Maybe that's the case. Who knows? Thank you. Yes, if you could, I'm like dying for that Funko Pop. So if anyone can help me, please do. Yeah, he says Ultimate Warrior sick. Yeah, and if you're looking for that Ultimate Warrior, it's there in the description. He says Caitlyn Jenner vibes. Jesus. Yet another clean male colorway. Baby mamas. He says, what's up? I was there live for CM Punk's debut, brother. Oh, wow. Man, that was electrifying with CM Punk. Holy shit. That was incredible, man. And it was pretty cool seeing him last night too. I really enjoyed that. We did a show last night talking about that, and it was a dope show. And check out the stream we did this morning. We really went in this morning. We went in for like a while this morning. this crate challenge right here. How now they're doing it with the sneaker boxes. It's kind of crazy with this sneaker box stuff now. I don't recommend you doing it. You're going to hurt yourself, but I ain't your daddy, but I do not recommend you doing this. It's a Crep Protect promo. We spraying it on his shoes. And I do have Crep Protect in the description if you like to purchase it. It really protects your shoes, and I highly recommend the product. He almost busted his ass right there. You've seen that, right? And look at all the heat right there. Red Octobers. They should have put some better sneakers on the guy, though. But yeah, Red Octobers, them UNC 4s, I think Travis ones, Mags, Lightning 4s. And right now he's nervous. You see? He's a little nervous. It's wobbling. Oh, boy. And then right here is a little bit of, see, now he's spraying it first. Excuse me. So he's spraying it. And then right here, this one step right here, it starts wobbling a little bit. You'll see right there. See? But he's smart. You see, he kept 1 foot up and 1 foot down. That's how you're going to protect your neck from busting your ass, you know? And then really stunning hard, as you can see. Shit. Imagine owning one of those cars. Shinsei, what's up, bro? He says, that's a collab. No, I don't think so. Dude, that pop is insane. You could barely hear his intro music. It was crazy. I can only imagine, bro. Hey, what's up, bro?
What up, man?
What's good? Yo, what was the 411 on that General Grievous? You went there today?
No. I got it off Hot Topics website when it went up for pre-order. And they
when?
I know what's it, Disc Trackers or Funko Pop Hunters posted it a few weeks ago.
Oh God!
And then it's basically it came like around like 9:30ish, 10ish around. Like
Damn, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it said it went up for pre-order, but it sold out quick. But I got in there within the.
Yeah, if you see it, anyone, please. I've been fiending for that first one, but you know.
Yeah, I'll look at my local Hot Topics and stuff and see.
Mine don't got shit over there right now. So, what do you think about this with Bray Wyatt? You think that he may be coming back, or is it?
I would think they learned their lesson from Fake Razor, Fake Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like, I mean, Riddick's kind of hinted at it, that maybe possibly Elias is new, wherever they're going with them. Maybe he becomes the new Fiend, but I wouldn't think they would do that. Like, I was like, come on, you guys did it once. So, I mean, it's not gonna go over well. I mean, it already isn't going over well. So, you know, what do you do?
Can you imagine if they did a fake Fiend? The outrage would be insane, right?
Or maybe they did what they did with Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe got let go from the company, and Triple H immediately, you know, the ironic the way Samoa Joe told that story was he said he was saying his goodbyes, text messaging people, and he text messaged Triple H, and Triple H it's like, wait, what happened? It's like, hang on. It's like, I got to go to a meeting. I'm going to catch up to you. And then he basically re-signs him, and Joe kind of hints, like, I will tell all in 90 days, thinking that, you know, he's gone. There's a story behind it. But then he pops back up on WWE TV and is given more of a role to scout out talent.
I think Vince hates Triple H.
I don't know. It just seems like, you know, I sent y'all the link in the infamous chat that Colin Cowherd, Fox, he's been on Fox. He's a sports commentator, used to be notorious hater for pro wrestling. I mean, he went in on a staff member that worked on his show saying, why do you like this stuff? Why do you, you know, this is like, I can't,
and now
you know,
he's rocking with it, right?
Yeah, he didn't understand it, but he's changed his tune. You know, he went to SummerSlam and he said, dude, it's like the production, everything was great. He had a great time. He's sitting next to Bill Simmons. He's like, how could I get season tickets to WWE?
Season tickets.
Yeah, he said he went to the Manny Pacquiao fight. He said that was fun and all, but they were like, that Pacquiao fight did not hold a candle to WWE SummerSlam. And then I was watching the interview with Triple H that he did, I think before SummerSlam for his podcast, which he also introduced Renee Paquette, which I didn't know she worked for him either, but I guess she was going to interview Stephanie McMahon. So I think Renee and Mox are still welcomed in the whole WWE family and stuff. She said that when I guess like Mox was hurt, that they called and kind of checked up on him, saying he sees if he's all right and everything like that. So it appears there's no bad blood between them. I know she has her own podcast. She had an interview with CM Punk, which is a great interview. But no animosity or bad blood between those. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think Vince hates Triple H. Otherwise, he wouldn't have let him marry Stephanie. But
yeah, but why the hell every time they bring someone up, they shit on him?
it's
Like look what they did to poor Karrion Kross. They put a stupid mask on him now and all.
the only good I see from that mask is merch sales, which benefits him. You know, if they're selling masks and kids are buying it or whatever like that, you know, I could see that being more of a benefit. But that's one of the few on
that
it.
mask is horrible, though, bro. To me, it is. You like them? Maybe you like the mask.
I didn't hate it. I thought it made him look like a menace and like kind of like a gladiator type of vibe. I mean, his wrestling gear is pretty much geared towards that. He's been wearing kind of like I guess, you know, like this is Sparta type of gear for a while.
I just look at him. He doesn't look like a guy that needs a mask, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not supportive of that. I think that him losing his debut was awful. I have high expectations for him as a performer. I think they did him really dirty, like really dirty. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, that Nick Khan guy seems to have a lot of power. So, I mean, he was
too much.
He was interviewing, so it probably can't be all Vince. Could be something. You know, I know Karrion Kross has said that, you know, he's always looking for a challenge. You know, if it was easy, then it wouldn't be much of a challenge. When people told him, don't go there, you know, and they said his dream was to work, you know, maybe this was on his, what's it called, Instagram. And he was just saying something like, you know, to work Mondays and to work NXT. And he was doing that for a bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I maybe for himself, he sees it as a challenge, you know. But, you know, there is a few NXT stars that got over. But, I mean, that just shows, I guess, the main roster is just different. Riddle.
Okay, yeah, I give you that. Besides Riddle, who else?
I mean, you can go down Seth Rollins because he was NXT.
Yeah. But in the past couple of years, let's stay there.
Finn.
Is he the past couple of years, though? Not really, no?
I thought so because he kind of came up pretty quick and he went back down there and he's back up now, which I thought it reignited his career with the whole Prince gimmick where he's just kind of like his persona from Japan almost. I didn't see much of him from Japan, but I liked it. I liked the whole he's using the X's and everything like that. He's doing the whole gun thing pointing to the side and everything.
Yeah. I think that someone like him needs to be either staying at NXT or go to AEW. I feel like these smaller guys shouldn't be on the main roster.
I think AEW is getting too bloated, man. It's just like I did not like what they're doing. I don't like what they're doing.
What they need to do is trim the fat off of the company with some of these talents they have.
I mean, I agree with Jim Cornette about pockets. You know, they tried to kind of put him in the main event feud. I don't think that worked out, so he's kind of back down on the card. As far as that, you know, with him and Jericho, where they were teasing that for a bit. I mean,
I mean, people either love him or hate or don't like him. I actually really like Orange Cassidy.
I do. I like some of his persona, but I just can't. You know, if they're when they first started AEW, they were talking about we're going to take it serious, be more of like a sports route and whatever like that. But I don't think with a guy like that, you know, if you're trying to get in deals with companies and stuff, you know, you look at Roman Reigns, you know, and they're all like, oh, okay, you know, even Colin Cowherd was like impressed with, you know, Roman. He was talking about Roman and Cena for a lot of that interview with Triple H, which is amazing to me. A guy like that called wrestling fans booger eaters. I mean,
are you a booger eater?
Yeah, even in his apology to wrestling fans, he said, like, and some of you may still be booger eaters. I don't know. You know, and I was just like, I mean, he was like that elite, that guy. You're like, man, I hate that. Like, why is that dude dog in wrestling? You don't understand.
I think most men are booger eaters. I'm not, but you know.
I'm not either. I don't like the boogers.
Yeah, not my flavor.
But I mean, AEW's. I thought at first was really like we're gonna take this the serious, you know, kind of like be more in tune to the sport. But I've seen a lot of, you know, criticism on the referee side of it. You know, like
I've
not a
heard
lot.
that too. A lot of people are not happy with the referees. I hear that on a lot of podcasts.
I think they brought it up with they brought it up with Tony Khan, and he kind of just was like, "There's nothing wrong with the refereeing." Like,
oh yeah, he freaked out on
Bully Ray
and them.
Yeah,
he spazzed out, right?
Yeah, and I was just like, dude, I mean, I see it. There's like no order, you know, there's more order. You know, I'm not saying like, you know, oh, the ref's back is turned, but that even with the whole Judas, or not Judas, but Jericho MJF, whenever they were fighting and, you know, the ref's back, her back was turned and Jericho was going to go for the Judas effect. I was like, her back is still turned. You could have either just like nailed it, but he stopped like midway. He's like, oh, I'm not supposed to use that. And it's just like, I don't know if that was a little bit of a ref botch or something like that, where maybe she was supposed to be facing him. And, you know, because I was just all like, well, if she's not looking, then go ahead and use it, bro. You know, if that's a stipulation.
Do you think wrestling fans overanalyze wrestling?
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes we do, but...
Let me rewind that. Adult fans.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I'm guilty of it, but
yeah.
But whenever I see like that Malachi thing at the end of the show, I was disappointed. I think a lot of his momentum has been derailed, to be honest with you.
Malachi Black.
Mm-hmm. I'm just like, dude, it's like, okay, so you beat Arn Anderson's kid, which, you know, you should smoke him. Then you kick Arn in the balls, and then that one guy, I have no idea who ran him off, but apparently someone told me, they're like, oh, well, do you remember like watching it on YouTube? Some dude was wrestling in AEW's Dark Show, which I didn't really check it out or anything like that, but he did some type of flip move and landed pretty like gnarly, like
really?
Almost looked like he concussed himself. And I was like, oh, is that the guy? I still don't remember his name, but, you know, it's just like, who, you know, I know trying to push fresh talent, but I don't know if the end of the show is the right spot for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think that there'll be in a very elite, no pun intended, position by next year. The way they're booking shit, I think it's about to get really crazy.
I hope so. I mean, I like everything they're doing with Punk. Punk is really the only thing that's making me like tune in. Before that, I'd be like, I mean, I'll tune in and see what's up. But, you know, Malik, you know, I don't like what they did with Andrade. Andrade's momentum has become completely derailed. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's what WWE saw. Maybe that's why they didn't push him. You know, maybe they're like, well, you know, I know Charlotte tried to make a play where maybe her and him were paired on screen for something. But I don't think they agreed with that. But it's just, to me, with Andrade, it's too many cooks in the kitchen. There's like, you had one guy, you had Vicky 1 week and Chavo, then you have some guy with the iPad, you know, showing people stuff for him. And I'm just like, man, it's like, you know, it's getting to be like, I got to keep a scorecard to see who's with Andrade or some of these other squads.
100%. I mean, there's just way too many people on the roster. I feel like a lot of people are constantly complaining about, like, but my whole thing is, I mean, they've got to work with what they could work with at the time. You know what I'm saying? So they're signing people that were available at the time, and now there's new people that are available. And unfortunately, you know what's going to happen. You find someone better for the job, you're going to hire them and then slowly move people out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like any business. I mean, there's a lot of people that are freed up now. So of course they're going to sign other people. But as I said, by next year, they're going to start trimming the fat off of that show, man.
Yeah.
You know, these guys that are upcomers, they better really work their ass off, you know?
They got to get over with the people. I think if really creative is in their control and like Tony or nobody else is like the members of the elite are pulling their strings, it's like now's the chance to get yourself over. Do what Matt Cardona has been doing. He's been running around, getting himself over, dressing as Durag Vince,
trying to get his money up and get his hype up.
He had his girlfriend Chelsea Green do the infamous Stacy Keibler, where she was wearing nothing but the title belts.
Yep.
And so he put that on his Instagram, and everyone's like, "Yeah, she just redid the Stacy Keibler thing," and I was like, "Oh, that's hilarious."
Yeah, I mean, he's smart what he's doing, and he needs to recreate himself because everyone just knows him for the woo woo woo, and everyone is so attached to the internet champion, right? Is that what he went by before?
Yeah. He didn't stick in AEW that long. He was there. He was like in and out real quick. So maybe he kind of saw like, I'm friends with Cody, but I don't want to be in that whole thing, because a lot of the stuff with Cody has just been like, okay, I'm not interested in the whole QT Marshall. I'm still not interested in this group tangling with the Big Show or Paul White.
Mm-hmm.
Even like I think Paul had his best moments years ago and stuff like that, and I was just like, it's cool that you want to try to return to the ring, but man, it's not a needle mover for me. It's not like wanting to see CM Punk in the ring. Like, I'd be like, well, Big Show is wrestling. I know Jim Ross almost called him that on Dynamite the other night. He was like so close. He was like and then he's like, I mean Paul White, and I was like,
oh really? You almost called him the Big Show?
Yeah, he almost did.
Really?
Yeah. And then this music sounds incredibly familiar to the Big Show, and I'm like,
well, that's what I'm saying too. With the when they do eventually have Daniel Bryan, I'm sure the music will be extremely familiar.
You don't think they would use his final countdown music from Ring of Honor?
No.
I
think they're gonna go with the and just replay it. All they have to do is replay the shit.
Yeah,
and just get permission, and that's what they should do. And they're gonna get the yes chants going, and it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna really show nicely on TV. I mean, real nice on TV.
I know it's and it's gonna happen one of the times from their times being there where Punk or Daniel tangle with the Elite Boys, but man, I just didn't like. When FTR showed up, I mean, they had that quick.
What did they do? What are they doing with those guys?
They haven't done anything. That's the thing.
They're barely on TV.
They had that match with the Young Bucks, and there was no continuation. It seemed like Young Bucks are like, let's get these guys in here so we can just go ahead and get over them, because they had that feud where they were talking to each other on Twitter and stuff, about who the best tag team, and I thought FTR by far is the better tag team. But I know Cash hurt his arm, like he got caught in the turnbuckle hook, so he may be done after a while. They've been alluding to, if we have one more match or anything like that. I think he's having trouble with his grip, maybe nerve damage and stuff, but it looked really, really bad. Like his arm got caught and it just ripped open, and I just saw like all the blood on one of the Dynamites, and it's just like, yeah, FTR may be done as we speak.
And I just think they're very talented. It's like they're a household name for the most part with the casual viewers that watch WWE. You would think business wise you would put them on TV more when as soon as they were freed up, because they were on the show very quickly.
Yeah.
And instead they had them on, and then you've got freaking like Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and the New Order. I mean, what are they called? The Dark Order.
Yeah.
All the time. And I don't mind those guys, but I'm just saying, like, they're not household names. Put those guys on TV a little more. You got to show off that you have a great company and a great show, And those guys aren't old guys, FDR, FTR, excuse me, I said FDR. I'm a little tired. But
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just feel like if you got someone that was on TV and doing house shows every fucking week, and then you just barely have them on the show, what are you doing? Like,
I mean, that's just like that seeing what happened to them, it just sees like I see the same kind of just happening to Andrade and Alistair. It's just all like, why don't you just have those guys mow down the, most of the roster, the ones that maybe you have to, trim the fat eventually, like you were saying. If you have like a group battle, some type of multi-person match, have, I know that some of the criticisms like, oh, we're not going to sign every WWE person that's getting released or whatever like that, but you almost kind of have to if you want to make your company a little bit bigger. It's like, yeah, that people may be like, oh, I'm trying to watch an alternative, but as just like at the same time, it's just like, well, I mean, CM Punk, I mean, if none of that bad stuff happened to WWE, would we be talking about him as much?
Mm-hmm.
When he just walked out on Vince and, the whole MMA thing came up, that's all part of the story, even though that's not his high point of his career. But I mean, he talked about, I guess when Dana approached him, because he wanted to do it the right way. He's like, I want to go to the amateurs and just kind of work my way up. And Dana's all like, why would you want to do that? Because they'd be making money off of you and you'd be making nothing. Where here I can pay you and we can work together. And CM Punk's like, okay. Like, I understand it's going to piss people off because some of the fighters were like, CM Punk, really? And a lot of the other ones are like, oh, that's cool. He's there. And then they're offering to train him and everything like that.
Well, it's a business move, and plus it raises the level for everybody else. Kind of like what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But let me ask you guys something though. Every time I see FTR, or formerly the Revival, they just didn't do anything for me, dude. Like, there was nothing exciting about them. It wasn't like I was watching, Axe and Smash. It wasn't like watching Hawk and Animal.
Yeah.
It did nothing for me. And then when they tried to reinvent something like the Ascension, that did nothing for me, dude. It's almost like the NWO like ruined. It helped a lot of things, but it also ruined a lot of things too. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, because they're more realer.
Yeah, and that's why I gravitated towards WCW. I mean, I always liked WCW. Even when they were like the NWA, I was watching that stuff back in like 88, 89. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, Johnny B. Bad and Stunning Steve Austin?
Yeah.
This is incredible. It's like incredibly bad, but I was drawn to it on Saturdays,
I mean, I was a world-class championship wrestling fan. That was when the territory days were still around. It was around 87 that I first started watching wrestling. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like from the Sportatorium here in Dallas, and you like had the Von Erichs. Yeah. Flair came down, Jerry Lawler came down, Babyface Steve Austin started, Undertaker was here, Shawn Michaels kind of came through real quickly, Booker T, a lot of the guys that you see, the Warrior, he was the Dingo Warrior down here. Mm-hmm. Before WWE picked them up. I used to not like WWE because I was like, oh, they're gonna, when they took the Warrior, I was like, oh, they're stealing, people and stuff like that. So I wasn't a WWE fan back in the day, but then eventually, with most of those guys, like Kerry Von Erich came in, and they called him the Texas Tornado.
Tornado, yep.
Yeah, and of course the Warrior. I love the Warrior down here and everything like that. I didn't see him when him and Sting teamed up as the Blade Runners down here or anything like that, or maybe I didn't pay attention to Sting as much. But I was always, after a while, like a WWE guy, and then when Hall and Nash went over there, I couldn't help but to flip the channel. I was like, what's Razor Ramon and Diesel doing here, and everything like that. And this is before the internet, I would say that kind of helped ruin stuff because you didn't know about contracts, people's deals being up, people showing up on the shows. You just saw him come out of the crowd. It's like, oh, is he the Vince sent him there? That was the storyline until they entered lawsuits, and Eric Bischoff had to ask him point blank on the Great American Bash, do you still work for the WWF? And they said, no. and then Hall's like, forget the past, Chico. Still with the Razor Ramon persona. And I was like, oh, this is great still. And
he was the Diamond Stud in WCW, and I think he was talking like that too, wasn't he?
No,
So-
not as heavy. You know, the whole toothpick, you know, the whole razor Ramon.
Mhm.
I got all the gold, you know, he's always taking his gold off, handing it to the guy at the ring, and he's all like, it's like, you lose this gold, you lose your life, and he throws a toothpick at him.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude!
I love that
So
persona,
good.
but I mean, he was just pretty much just always, you know, at the first time when he was invading, he was using Chico a lot, and then after a while, he dropped it, maybe due to the lawsuit or whatever like that.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, because that second episode when he showed it, he's all like, "I had so much fun last week, I had to do it again." And Eric Bischoff's like trying to like stand up, he's like, "Whoa," and he's like, "Relax, man, relax, Chico." He's like, "You started this," and then that's when Sting came up and like slapped him in the face, and I was like, "Oh, this is so good." It's like, but I felt like I was cheating on WWE because they didn't have anything going on, but I saw the rise come from them. You know, the whole Rock and Stone Cold were fighting for the Intercontinental title at one point. You know, Jeff Jarrett was floating around both organizations.
I hated Jeff Jarrett, dude. I hated those stupid glasses. I hated the three strap collar.
Yeah, he looked like that when he left after his Double J, the country singer, and he showed up on Nitro. He had the 3-strap weird suit, and he was doing the strut with Ric Flair, like on one of the first episodes.
His outfit was a little crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my
But I
god!
liked him hitting the guitar and everything. I enjoyed it.
But
Even remember him in Beetlejuice, that was pretty funny.
Have you heard his podcast though? I was like totally changed my tune, man. Like the dude is smart as hell. I mean,
Yeah. He's really good.
Yeah, it's a good.
He's no dummy. I mean, he learned a lot from his old man too. You know.
Yeah, it's just I respect him a hell of a lot. I mean, I respected him all the time. I just didn't like the character. You know, like Ryback. I didn't like the character, dude. I was just like, I've seen this before. You know, give me something a little bit newer.
I'm not gonna lie. If I hear the old Double J music, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, when he starts saying his name.
Yo, why do people love that song so much? I mean, I don't hate it, but I just
It's just kind of corny, dude.
I don't know, man. I feel like people just like, or they just selling it like on TV. Oh, it's on. Remember when they did the duet and all of that?
Oh, that one I hated. I was talking about his just regular theme where he comes in with the like, it sounds like something from Nashville. And he's on the mic saying it's JFF, JARREET.
Oh my god!
Although Vince got that last Nitro, he's like, "Oh, what did Jeff go by? JEFF, JARREET." Well, he's just fired. And I was like, "Damn, Vince."
I enjoyed him cracking people over the head with that damn guitar, though, man.
Did you see when he was targeting all the women? He got like Cindy Margolis out of the crowd and like clobbered her with it.
Oh, dude, he's got just lifetime heat, dude, and that's what's great about him. And that's what you kind of appreciate when you get older.
He's cracked so many people. I remember he cracked Buff Bagwell really bad.
Oh, I love Buff Bagwell.
Yeah,
I ran into him in New Orleans after WrestleMania laid out. They were all like, some of the wrestlers were on Bourbon Street.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, it's Buff Bagwell." I was like, "It's awesome."
What is it? Is that a new sweatshirt or tee? Which ones are you talking about? I don't know if he dropped anything new. Raven.
I like Raven better than ECW, but Raven's flock was pretty entertaining, especially when he sicked them all on Goldberg. But we all knew Goldberg was going to go over on that.
Sick Boy, Saturn.
What is it, Lodi, the guy with the sign?
Yeah, Lodi. That's so stupid. It's so dumb, dude. But you just have to laugh, man.
They use the sign, the one where they put like a stop sign in between two signs that says "Use my sign." Yeah. And when someone hit him, I'm like, "Okay, come on, man!" Like I know it's wrestling, but then when they ripped it open, I'm like, "Oh, okay." There's a stop sign inside the regular cardboard signs. It's like, okay, it's like you got me.
That was probably the best thing that has ever happened to WC or wrestling. Man, it's also the worst, dude. It's just an incarnation of the NWO. But when you see all of like Eric Bischoff's like accomplishments as a person in charge, I gotta say like part of it was because of the AOL Time Warner merger, but and a lot of his creative was getting chopped down because of standards,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they couldn't go the R-rated to almost X-rated route that Vince was going in. He pulled out all the stops to make sure that his company was still going, and it was probably the right move. But I tell you, man, when CM Punk did that pipe bomb promo in 2010, dude, like I was watching in and out, just to see what's going on.
Yeah,
I'd catch a show here and there, and it just so happened I caught that. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And he starts sitting down on top. And he just starts laying waste to like his idiot son, his doofus family.
When he talked about this company would be better if Vince McMahon died, I was like, "Oh shit, what?"
It was the greatest thing I've ever seen on TV, dude. I trumped a lot of. I was just like, okay, I'm sold.
I know it was a work shoot, but man, I kind of wanted to see where he was going because remember he started at the end of it. He was all like, "Hey, let me tell you about something about this anti-bullying campaign," and then they cut off the mic. Like, I was wondering, is that like they tell him like, "Okay, at this point, we're just going to cut off your mic." He was trying to yell at the camera, but I was like, I kind of wanted to see where that would have went.
You know what? Maybe when he starts doing a podcast, when he's all said and done, he's he puts down his shirts and his clobbering time gloves or his wraps and stuff like that. Maybe he'll get on the podcast and he'll say, what did you want to say at that end of that promo where you got that'd be very interesting. And we'll see if he edits himself. But to answer Redman's gimmick, I would say Jeff Jarrett, because he put a lot of, if you really listen to his podcast, he put a lot of time in with who's the guy running it right now in WWE?
Bruce.
Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah.
So he did that with
Brother Love.
Yeah, Brother Love, man. He's red as hell, but they put a lot of time in that. And he was telling a story about, when they were doing a vignette and they were, singing the he was telling stories about Nashville and stuff like that, and they did it right next to the airport, and every like 5 minutes an airplane would go across and they'd get frustrated and stop. And they said, you know what, let's just go with it. I think like he was saying like Vince would have lost his crap, but the vignettes were so good and executed so well that Vince didn't even care. He was just like, this content's great, pal.
Such good shit.
Good shit. and you know what? When Vince probably found out about Bullet Club doing all the NWO stuff, man, I can just imagine him saying, "It's like, we own the rights to the NWO. You're gonna stop that shit, aren't you? Aren't you?
Yeah.
You little sons of bitches,
bastards! You gotta choke the life out of them.
You're messing with my money." But
I can't even imagine what it'd be like to be a fly in the wall with Vince, like all these alleged like vibes he gives off. You know what I mean?
It's so weird.
A lot of people have said that they've had good, like Chelsea Green said she had a great conversation with them as far as like one of her last few ones with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of experience with that, and then he said a lot of people say they'll listen to him, but I don't know. One thing good I got from Ryback's podcast is that it does.
Oh God! Please go ahead.
It does ring true though, right? You will never see another superstar that's established. The last you've seen of him is John Cena.
Oh yeah, that's 100% factual. Ryback allegedly, he said on his show multiple times, not even allegedly, because I edited all of his fucking shows when he was saying it. He said clearly that Triple H told him we're not looking for marquee names anymore.
Yeah, nobody will be above the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, does.
But I mean, I think that has to do a lot with ownership. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to, they don't want to have their talent more powerful than them. Like, look at The Rock, look at Stone Cold. They can do whatever the fuck they want in life.
Yeah. But what's so wrong about that? Because they all came from the WWE.
Absolutely nothing.
Churn out some more talent. CM Punk was getting there, and then he didn't want to play ball with Triple H. I just remember that whole brawl. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
It was one of the last times you saw CM Punk in the ring, and Triple H went after him. I think it was probably unplanned, but they probably wanted to set up something for WrestleMania, and he never committed to that. And
just there was some chatter from R-Truth, normally a guy that likes everybody, doesn't really say much, but he was saying some stuff about CM Punk. He just thought he was entitled because he said that I guess during that run before he was gone that they had to lose to Miz and R-Truth were teaming, and he basically said, well, we were red hot at the time, so I mean, it's like, of course you had to lose, and I was just like, yeah, they were kind of getting up there and everything like that, but that's one of the few times I ever heard R-Truth say anything kind of bad, because he's always been more of a positive dude.
Yeah, well, that probably lends to the fact that, The Miz and Punk still have something going. I mean, The Miz is he's not a great performer, dude, but I don't
crazy.
I don't
Respectfully,
remember him
but you're crazy.
I don't remember him for the real world anymore. So that's a good thing,
The Miz is great. He's awesome.
Performer in the ring compared to like a CM Punk.
Yeah, but you don't need to do all that shit.
That's exactly what I'm saying, and that's probably why there's a conflict between those two. It's like, why is this guy headlining WrestleMania against what's his face?
Cena,
Jerry Lawler, right?
No, they had a match, but I don't think it was like a headline.
It wasn't a headline, right? But he still got the opportunity to be a champion, right? And that was before. Was it before Punk or was it after Punk became a champion?
Oh, the timelines are kind of like
merging. Place on here. What's up, dude? Good to see you in here.
It's hard to say, Graham.
Yeah.
I have to look in the timeline, like a wrestling timeline, and see where all that. I want to say after.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Because the Miz he's a really good talker, dude. You can't take anything away from him. And for him to be a heel and just move the needle, he's great. But as far as performing in the ring, he's not up there.
Yeah, but you don't need to do all the flippity doo-dahs and zippity days. You know what I'm saying? You don't
he can wrestle though.
He's not a bad. I don't think he's an awful wrestler.
He's not a bad wrestler, man. But
he's not Red Velvet like.
I think you get influenced by your stepfather, Jim Cornette, bro.
Oh no!
Because Jim called, what he called him, a frog
face.
Yeah, I think he's good. There's some things about Jim I agree with, and then there's some things I can't, and that's one of them. When he goes in on the Miz, I think the Miz is great. I think
Bad Bunny,
the respect he deserves too.
Bad Bunny could not have had a better dance partner and foil heel guy in the Miz. I mean, I thought that whole thing was executed perfectly, and you had Priest and Morrison to the thing. I don't think there would have been anyone else that Bad Bunny could have tangled with, because it just seems like they're destined to butt heads and everything.
Man. No, I totally agree, dude. I think Miz, dude, I've said it too, especially on the Patreon. I'm like, Miz he's pretty damn good. But I think I'm just trying to say that's where the disconnect between Punk and Miz, because there's two different philosophies. Whereas Punk is claiming that he wants to be, he loves the business of pro wrestling and he wants to stick to that fact. But the Miz is, he's in Hollywood, he's doing stuff for the WWE as well. He's got his hand in different baskets within that company, and so Punk just wants to be a wrestler. And I think a lot of that's just frustration. When he did that pipe down, he's just frustrated. He's like, why are these guys getting opportunities? Why are you firing these other guys that are great? I don't know if Gallows is great, man, but
that was, I think, a right business move by them to let Gallows and Anderson go, because they have not been impressive at all anywhere, on Impact or AEW. When they show up on AEW, I just start groaning. I'm like, oh god.
But
I gotta disagree with y'all again, man. You don't like Gallows and Anderson? I was
No.
really disappointed when they let them guys go on WWE. I was a fan of those guys with AJ Styles.
I'm disappointed in how they booked them, dude. It's like
Yeah.
they could have.
They're magical together. Yo, what's up, Kappa?
What's
What's
up,
good,
Kappa?
everybody, man? How's everybody doing, man?
Good, man.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Delz, what's good, man? Delz?
I'm chilling, brother. You good, bro? Good to see you, man. I'm sorry. I'm just juggling a few things. I had to mute 1 second.
Fair
Oh, yo, I'll be
If
back.
you're talking wrestling, jump up in here, man.
Yeah, man. Just kind of bummed. One of my classmates from high school died. So,
Oh, sorry to hear.
yeah, it's like I said, it's how he died. So yeah, kind of bummed about that. But hey, may rest in peace, regardless.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. So,
I hate to hear that, my friend.
yeah.
Hey, Gary, what's up, man?
Yeah, but I don't know how far into the CM Punk conversation you guys are in, but as a wrestling fan, him to AEW, I think was a great thing for AEW. I know you guys are going to disagree with what I'm about to say, right? But I think he is, I should say, the first true star in AEW.
No argument there.
You can say Kenny Omega, but let's be honest, right? All of us know Kenny Omega from New Japan,
Yeah.
and his excellent matches, his classic matches with Okada, and and them just tearing the house down every time they wrestled. But in the United States, really, who knew about Kenny Omega? You know what I mean? Same may go with the Young Bucks. Everybody knew who Cody Rhodes was and everything else. But to say they were the stars of AEW, nah. CM Punk, adding him, I feel as though, in my humble opinion, they now have their first real star in AEW.
Oh, 100%, man. I mean, Kenny Omega, the thing I view him as is like, he's a great wrestler, Japan and everything, but like, I view him as like, if we're comparing like titles, I would view him more of a intercontinental title type of guy.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the champions right now and the promotions, Roman Reigns is on a whole level. Like, none of these other guys can touch him as far as when you're comparing world champions from other promotions.
Roman Reigns, man, he should have been a heel a long time ago. You could see how amazing he is as a heel. Like,
yeah, I mean, there was a classic thing on Twitter. Is a little kid watching the match from Summerslam.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Talk about that, please.
Yeah, Kappa, if you haven't seen it, this kid literally is watching the match. He's draped in the green Cena hat, the wristbands and everything. And Cena, I think, just got done putting Roman through the announcer's table, drags him in the ring. He's like, he's gonna get it. 1, 2, Roman kicks out, and he's like, oh no. And his little brother has like a pillow, and he's like, okay. And then at one point, Roman does the ooh ah, and they're kind of mocking him. They're like, oh, okay. He spears Cena, and he's like, all right, kick out Cena. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. And this kid starts crying, and Roman retweets it, and he put, your tribal chief never disappoints. And I was just like, oh god, it's like, please, Roman, don't ever change.
Real heel shit right there.
Yeah, he gave that.
Has Jim Cornette talked about that yet?
What's up?
Has Jim Cornette talked about that yet?
No, he's getting there. I forgot what he was. I see these snippets on YouTube and I'll watch them.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to talk about it soon and everything like that. I just saw the Colin Cowherd thing came up, and also I don't know if y'all can find it, but you should be able to find an interview with that I Am Not Sam with Eric Bischoff and Bruce Pritchard. Entertaining interview, and even I guess because JBL's all the time in New York at that time, doing business moves and everything. He stops in and chats with them, and I think Jeff Ross from the famed the roast master of the roast on Comedy Central stopped in too. It was a entertaining show where they were just talking about they talked everything about like Eric Bischoff's like, yeah, like, you know, I thought it was a rib when they're going to tell me to have Kiss Stephanie on the show tonight. And, you know, and he's just like, okay, it's not happening. But he's all like, I prepared myself every time when I came to the company. When you saw the crazy things that Vince did, they're like, you can't really say no. So he's in there and he's like, what was weird? He said like Vince was off to the side, like directing while this was going down. When Bischoff had the Vince mask on and he made out with Stephanie, and they were asking Bruce like, well, how would Vince do? And he'd be like, get in there, get in those puppies. He was like, like that. There's like, is that how the direction went? And Bischoff's like, hell no, it didn't go like that. But he's like, it was awkward though. But he's like, at the same time, he's just like, I was a performer. I wasn't a guy running stuff like he was in WCW. So he was prepared to it. And I was just all like, oh man, some of those years were just so good.
So, Kappa, how you feeling about like AEW right now as far as the show? Are you enjoying watching, or what's your feel on it?
I like the additions that they recently had. You know, with Malachi Black, Aleister Black, whatever you want to call him. Looking forward to seeing Daniel Bryan in AEW.
Me too.
To see because there are so many matches that, you know, that could possibly happen in AEW. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I was kind of turned off from AEW initially because of the fans and just how they reacted and how everything now all of a sudden is about ratings and WWE is dead. And I'm like, one, do you guys realize that if by some unmitigated disaster that WWE folds, right?
Yeah.
That number one, AEW is not going to take every one of your favorite wrestlers. They take
100%.
They take the top guys. They definitely take Roman Reigns. They maybe take Bobby. They take Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, maybe the Usos. You know, the Usos. That's the top guys that they have there, which would mean that the other 200 plus wrestlers that they have would be out of work. Not only the 200 plus wrestlers, that would be everybody behind the stage. A whole ton of people would be out of work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You may hate the thing is, AEW is good for WWE because it presents competition. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, AEW is great for the wrestlers themselves because now they have somewhere to work. They have somewhere, you know what I mean? They have somewhere else to work. There's another place for them. There's another place for them to work. You know what I mean? So I looked at it as that, but I always try to make sure that they make sure to tune in. People are all obsessed about ratings. I'll date myself. I'm 41 years old, right? Everybody wants to talk about this is the golden age of wrestling.
No way.
No.
It was like, bro, come on, right? I was like, guess what? I grew up in an era where WWE.
I'm not trying to be a hater, but come on, man. Look at the ratings. There's the ratings used to be so much bigger.
The Monday Night Wars used to be like 4 or 5
I gotta
million.
get to this Cash App real quick, man. Shout out to JJ, man. Thank you for the donation, man. Brand new promo. Check it out. Check it out. Pay attention. There's some new faces in it. And JJ, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Still have that damn Chris Paul Funko Pop somewhere.
A few moments.
You peep yourself in there, Jimmy? On the left?
A few moments later.
Latino heat, baby.
Love it, bro.
Boom, boom, boom. What's good?
What's
Good
good,
shit.
DJ, man? Thank you, brother. See Graham up in there? You like that, Graham? Breaking out that Zen.
But Kappa, you ain't lying. You know, like I don't like the whole notion that like I'm not saying all AEW fans have the same notion, but some of them they're like, oh, I can't wait till they put them out of business, and they're like, it's like, do you realize that if WWE does go out of business, that's wrestling not initially, but it would die as a whole because it's only now that companies are now messing with WWE that they're now at the forefront where SportsCenter will comment, like make actual posts on Facebook saying John Cena returned. You know, before they were like, you know, they'd have the commercials every once in a while, but it was like a struggle, you know, for, you know, there's that one commercial where Dan Patrick is talking with Stone Cold. Stone Cold's reading on something. He's like, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm going to need a pick me up. And Dan Patrick's like, I got you. I got the thing for you. Hits him in the back with the chair. And Stone Cold's like, can I get another one? He's like, thanks. You know, and that was an obscure commercial. WWE hadn't hit the Attitude Era.
Dude, imagine, not to interrupt you, but like the ratings around this time with Macho Man and Ricky and them, like it's crazy. It was so many more. Like, look, they didn't even do that crazy of ratings for CM Punk.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a lot for wrestling right now. It was over. I think it was 1.4 million or 1.6, somewhere around there. But
1.2.
1.2. I mean, but it's a lot for right now. But back then, it was way more.
You know, there was a rumor back in the Monday Night Wars that the NFL was thinking about moving Monday Night Football because Nitro and Raw were just crushing it.
That's right.
Super Bowl of wrestling every Monday night. You know, you had so many interests. You know, I remember the invasion of the OG ECW. Jerry Lawler made reference to it, a sign in the crowd, and he said, this is extremely crappy wrestling. Then they were calling a match, and then Jim Ross was like, you got to call. And he's like, a what? And he's like, yeah, someone from ECW wants to talk to you, and it's Paul Heyman. And he's like, let us in the building next week, and we'll show you how extreme. And he's like, oh, I've seen your extreme. Well, you're going to light someone on fire and blah, blah, blah. And so they're at the Manhattan Center, pro ECW crowd. And, you know, you got to see Bully, the Dudley Brothers, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu jumped off the old Raw sign, Team Taz, Mikey Whipwreck, the Blue World Order. That was the first time I ever heard Vince McMahon.
Blue Meanie.
Yeah. They had the
shout out to Blue Meanie.
That was the first time I ever heard Vince McMahon acknowledge the NWO on WWE TV, where he saw the BWO. He's like, not to be confused with the NWO and their paraphernalia. And I was like, holy crap, did Vince just mention the NWO? And Jerry Lawler's like, yeah, that's a ripoff. And Paul Heyman's of what? And they're like, and he's like, that's the most innovative concept in wrestling going on now. And Stevie Richards, you know, super kicking. I forgot who was taking on in the match, but I just remember Tommy Dreamer reaching for weapons in the crowd and beating people over the head.
Yes, Jim Cornette. We love Jim Cornette.
I love Jim Cornette.
We rock with Jim Cornette. Don't do that on my show. They be doing that on Ryback shows. We onto that. We like Jim Cornette here, man. You don't gotta skip spam my shit. Hang out, bro.
He acknowledged that the Punk thing. He's like, it's not the way I would have done it. It was perfect the way that they brought in CM Punk. And I was just like, look, he's had some run-ins with the Young Bucks, and they're trying to say, oh, he's just trying to be a shock jock. It's like, and he's old and he's out of touch. It's like that kind of
Jim Cornette is not out of touch.
No, he knows. We
love Jim. Companies. Yeah. You don't got to do all that spam and shit.
Yeah,
that's that. Do that shit on people that hate Jim Cornette. Not here.
If I ever get a cameo, I want it to be from Jim Cornette or Lisa Ann. Like, those would be the top two on there if I would get that. Jim Cornette's like, his cameos look funny as hell.
Is he still doing it?
I think he's opening it up. Like, you know how like they kind of.
No, I'm talking about this spammer here.
Oh, I don't even.
Oh, you can't see because you're live. People with wrenches, get to work, please.
Yeah, the full screen.
Because I just flipped back to the YouTube page. I was like, what the hell is this? But but this isn't the golden age of wrestling. Like was mentioned, Raw used to do like almost 8 to 10 million viewers easy.
God,
you know what I mean?
That was insane.
You know what I mean? Used to do 8 to 10 million easy back in the day. So this ain't like. This certainly is not the quote unquote golden age of wrestling. You know what I mean? And
Christ.
I feel as though, right, you have a lot of AEW fans that are trying to make this their ECW, which clearly AEW is not and will never be. ECW was something extremely special
Yeah.
that all of us can be thankful that we were alive at that time and old enough to understand and watch that stuff. You know what I mean? So, but AEW as a whole, I want the company to succeed, just for the mere fact that it gives wrestlers another place to work. You know what I mean? And if you say you love, if you love wrestling, and you love the wrestlers and everything else, it gives them another place to work. WWE going out of business is not good for wrestling. Say,
but WWE ain't gonna go out of business. I don't believe.
No,
it would take something catastrophic. People are ragging on Nick Khan. I'm not sure if any of you guys heard his interview that he did with, I think, Ariel Helwani.
Yeah.
And he was rather insightful with that interview. You know what I mean? And saying about NXT and everything else and all that's happening with that. I think he was given an edict to trim the fat, and there were a lot of wrestlers and persons on various rosters that really weren't doing anything and were just there, to be honest. So I respect that. I understand it's a process, and we have to see where it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Even with NXT, people are like, NXT is dead, blah blah blah, and I'm like, not really,
They can't sign every indie star, That's the thing. Like,
but the thing is, they expect AEW to do the same thing. The minute somebody gets released, they're going to go to AEW. Tony Khan said from jump, we ain't going to sign everybody. You know what I mean? We ain't going to sign everybody, but I think with Nick Khan, especially with NXT, if you think about it, why have Adam Cole, for example? Adam Cole, they let go of Bronson Reed, so on and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why have a guy like Adam Cole that makes six figures, right? That makes six figures on NXT when NXT barely gets 500,000 or 600,000 viewers?
Yeah, probably 700,000 at most.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So you have to look at it that particular way. Do I think Cole goes to AEW? Sure, because his girlfriend, fiance Britt Baker is there, and whatever the case may be, he might go whatever. What is Adam Cole in AEW? I'm not sure. I really am. I really am not sure. You know what I mean? Everybody will do the Adam Cole baby and everything else, but to say, what he will be in AEW, that he'll be this big star, I don't see it. Tell me, you know what I mean? Tell me what I'm missing. I don't see it.
No. That's why I kind of hope he stays at WWE, because I think it's more of an opportunity for him to be a star. There's more titles there. He was actually on the Mattel.
I seen that with Gargano, right?
Where Gargano, he was entertaining as hell. Like, him and Gargano have some type of they got some type of chemistry, which I like. At the same time, I know he's tight with Xavier Woods. He's on that Up Up Down Down channel. They have like a little faction, a little like anti Up Up Down Down faction with him, Cesaro, and Tyler Breeze have a little coalition where they call themselves Left Right. And he's entertaining on there. I know he does his Twitch and everything like that. He may be one of the few that's just allowed to kind of just do it and everything like that. But
he may have some contractual obligations too. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't think they would feature him remotely, like just like real close. I think they would just take him off as far as anything. But I know he's a good guy to his word, where he was operating with just like, a little extension or something that he agreed, like they probably made him sign some stuff for a little extension, but he would probably still operated with a handshake agreement and not like just went up and ditched him and no-showed or anything like that. But even Britt Baker said whatever he does, she's like, I'm happy. If he wants to stay there, he can stay there. If he wants to come here. But I just think that the shuffle is beginning to just get too real in AEW. And plus, I'd be like, man, stay away from the Bucks. And then like or
but
what is
you don't. I don't think you were watching in them other shows. He was working with them on the regular. Like
he was, and I remember when he got thrown out of Bullet Club.
Yeah, I remember that.
With Kenny Omega appearing on the screen, then Marty Scurll came out there, and then the Young Bucks kind of cued him out and everything like that. But I mean, are they going to, continue that? A lot of people may not even know what even went on. Which is when they bring some of the New Japan guys. Not everyone is well versed in what's going on in New Japan Pro Wrestling. When Moxley's calling out that one guy, which I'm not even familiar with him.
Tanahashi?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with them. I know Okada and a couple others.
You need to watch his matches. That dude.
Yeah, he's sick.
He
is
can
he?
Go. He can go. Trust me.
Yo, chat, y'all awake, brothers?
But the casual, like with the CM Punk thing, they're bringing in the casual fans. They're not going to know.
Right. I wholeheartedly agree. But here's my reasoning as to why he may go to AEW. Right.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of, and I'm not even talking about usage. Right. If he were to go on the main roster, right.
Yeah.
Adam Cole ain't the biggest dude around, right?
No.
You know what I mean? He ain't the biggest dude around. So hypothetically, you can't I wouldn't see him like in a program with Brock Lesnar or a Bobby Lashley or even Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? Because those are big dudes. Roman's like what, 6'4", 6'5", Lashley is jacked to the gills. You know what I mean? Heck, even Karrion Kross, you know what I mean? Karrion Kross is about, 6'4" and just 270, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, in terms of any programs they would do with him on the main roster, I can see that. AEW, I hate to say it, has smaller guys his size that he can work with, you know what I mean? So, but still, I still do not see the, if he were to go to AEW, I think he would be lost in the sauce. That's just me personally.
That's what I'm thinking. But I also, him and McAfee tore the house down in NXT, and McAfee even made a little parted shot at the when they were promoting the NXT Takeover, and he's like, "I'm just going to tune in to watch Adam Cole lose." Like there's still something there, and if I know poor Pat McAfee, he's probably not going to make it for SmackDown this week because he came down with COVID.
Really?
Yeah, he said he's going to be all right. He's self-isolating, and I'm sure WWE is going to make him take off at least 10 days before, just to not affect the roster or anything like that.
Is he fully vaccinated?
I think he is.
Okay.
I think he is. I think he had just a fever and stuff like that, but nothing to where, he's landed in the hospital or anything like that. But I think even if you do get it, that they're probably they have a protocol where they're like, well, we're just gonna let you stay home and everything like that. But if he does show back up and maybe we don't see Cole on AEW, I think he would feud with Pat McAfee and they would bring that match to the main roster at one of the pay-per-views, maybe like a Survivor Series or something.
Yeah. But I have to admit, Pat McAfee on SmackDown is gold.
Dude, that guy is so good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
would venture to say he's better than Corey Graves.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I like Corey too.
No, yeah, because Corey knows his stuff. You can tell that even when they had Adnan Burke. Corey, him and Byron Saxton were able to pick up the slack rather quickly. You know what I mean? With the new guy, with what his name is, Jimmy Smith or something like that.
Yeah, he's been on Bellator and a lot of combat sports, so
Yeah.
he fits in better than that one guy they had before because that guy was like a baseball announcer, and Jimmy's been a combat, so he has that. I guess you could say like kind of like Joe Rogan type of call-in nature to him.
Right. But I think, but I think that he's been a guy. But speaking of SmackDown, since we're talking about SmackDown, I was not a fan of Bianca Belair losing in 22 seconds at SummerSlam.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I'm sorry.
No,
I was not a fan of her losing like that. Now,
yo, hold that thought for 1 second. Let me get to this bread real quick. Salute, man. Thank you for the donation, man. I don't know which one you want to play. We're gonna run with this one, but we also have the Cheech one. If you want the Cheech one, request that one.
A few moments later.
Latino Heat, baby.
Love it, bro.
Boom, boom, boom. What's good?
What's good is Hawaii Rams fan number 7. Thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I was not. I don't know, but I was not a fan of that. Now, I don't know what's up with Sasha Banks. I'd have to think she probably caught COVID.
that's what I'm thinking, and they're just not announcing.
Yeah, I would have to think that she probably caught COVID because I think she was. I think she's anti-vax.
Yeah, she liked a couple of posts that were anti-vax and everything like that. It wasn't a good look for her because in this era, everyone watches what you do on social media and stuff, and it's just like I kind of have to put some of the blame on her. Otherwise, they would have had a match, and Becky's return would have probably happened. I think some sites were saying maybe around October when she was initially going to come back, but you know, it's SummerSlam. You got to have something special because. You know, I know people were were hating when they shouted out Carmella out there, and I like Carmella, but I was just like, "Oh man, really?"
I wasn't a fan. I was not a fan of that either. I figured that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people weren't. I don't mind Carmella though.
The thing is, for me, if they were going to do the Becky thing, have Bianca squash Carmella, and then Becky comes out, and I guess they have a stare down or whatever the case may have been, but for her to just squash Bianca like that, I felt it didn't do any favors for Bianca, to be honest.
She's too good for that shit. That's the problem, no?
Okay.
How I would have booked it, I would have just had like you said, the match Carmella and Bianca, maybe a short match. And then so she squashes Carmella, and then maybe Carmella like super kicks her. Then Becky does her new finisher, and then gets the pin that way.
Yeah, but I was not a fan of that. Now, I think Bianca Belair is better as a heel.
Yeah,
I just think that's her actions and the smack talk are just heelish things. You know what I mean? I hear they're going to make Becky Lynch a heel. I don't understand it, but apparently it was something that she wanted to be a heel. I'm not sure if it's in relation to her husband being a heel now, whatever. But I just was not a fan of putting the belt on Becky. I understood Charlotte, them putting it back on Charlotte again for the Raw Women's Championship because
Charlotte's too good to not have the belt.
Yeah, I agree.
No, but the thing is, people always want to say, "Oh, it's because she's Ric Flair's daughter. I'm like, but the girl could wrestle.
Yeah.
Nah, she's freaking awesome.
I was like, but the girl could wrestle. Oh, it's because she is Ric Flair's daughter.
No.
David Flair is Ric Flair's son, and he sucks.
Oh God.
Have some respect for the dead.
You know what I mean? David Flair was Ric Flair's son, and he sucked. You know what I mean? And he didn't get any world championship matches or get the belt put on him. You know what I mean? So that whole thing didn't make any sense. The girl, Charlotte, can wrestle. She is probably one of the best, if not the best wrestler on the roster right now. People can say Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is getting there. She might be a close second, but Charlotte is the top female on the roster.
Yeah, when she used to just do a moonsault off the ring post to the floor. Now she adds that scary looking twist, and like, man, she landed on Nikki, and Nikki's right across by the barricade, so she got squashed.
Yeah. So I'm like, who else do you put it on? You can say, what about Rhea Ripley? Rhea Ripley
had it.
Should be a heel. Rhea Ripley should be a heel. Her look and everything screams heel.
Yeah, she should never be a babyface. I agree.
You know what I mean? Rhea is 24 years old. I don't think when they put the belt on her, it was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
When they put the belt on Nikki, I was like, okay, this is cool. But then when people started booing her at live events, I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. They need to take the belt off of her. So people that get mad at Charlotte, who are they? Who else are they going to put the belt on? Asuka, they gave Asuka a well-deserved vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Asuka needs to chill. You know what I mean? So who else are they going to put the belt on at this point in time? You have Becky. Becky's on SmackDown with her husband. You aren't going to do you aren't going to do that again. You know what I mean? Although it would be a hell of a match, but Ronda Rousey ain't coming back. You know what I mean?
She's having a kid.
Right. She, for all intents and purposes, Ronda ain't coming back unless they back up the Brinks truck and say, Ronda, please come back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
I still see a one-on-one if she does come back with Becky, which they've never had. They've had the triple threat and everything like that, but they never took each other on one-on-one.
Yeah, but do you think Ronda wants to come back?
I don't think so. I mean, I think even if they back the Brinks truck up to it or anything like that.
She's not going to be back. If she's pregnant, she won't be back for about a year and a half to 2 years. Let's also break that all down. You know what I'm saying? We got to think.
How far along is she now?
I think she's about 6 to 8, somewhere around there. Just looking, she seems to have a belly. I've seen some image, so... she's also in fairly good shape, so I can't see her having a huge belly. And she was showing. Oh, sorry, Riddick. I don't know how long you've been here for. Shout out to Jonesy. Thank you for the dono. Let's play the new Jonesy and Delzy.
Hey, check it out, Jonesy. Hey, is there anything on my face? Charles, be careful lighting it. I think I smell gasoline.
Boom, boom, boom. What's good?
What's good is Jonesy says AEW, Cheech and Chong. I can't play the original remix that I did on the group chat because of the Pee Wee Herman song, unfortunately. So,
yeah.
Kind of had to voice over it.
Yeah. But
all good.
Thank you, Jones.
Yeah, but like I was saying, everybody hates Charlotte. I'm like I said, with Ronda.
Give me 2 minutes.
Ronda ain't coming back like has been mentioned. Becky had her child. Becky had her kid, around December or something like that.
Yeah.
And so what? This makes about 8 or so months since she came out, since coming back. So I would be surprised if Ronda actually comes back. I honestly would be surprised if Ronda Rousey decides, okay, I'm going to do this again and everything else and so on and so forth.
I don't see it happening. I think she's going to be full-time mom now.
Yeah. I mean, like Kappa said, backing up the Brinks truck, usually I think they only do that to Brock Lesnar, but the only people that are going to be paying for Brock's services are you're either going to be Vince McMahon or you're going to be Dana White. For the whole notion that Brock, Tony Khan, I'd be like, no, Tony would probably have to give up most of his inheritance to get Brock over. And then most of the fans would be like, oh, why is Brock over here? Or maybe they'd be like,
hold on. If Brock were to appear in AEW, trust me, those fans would cream their shorts 1,000 times.
They would totally change their tune.
Yeah, but they would be like, oh no, he shouldn't come over here. But it's all like, okay, so
then if they showed up, and then if he showed up over there, they'd be like, oh yeah,
Vince is in trouble.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they would totally flip the script. Just that's how they are. The hardcore. I'm not talking about all wrestling fans. I'm talking about the hardcore AEW fans, like Jones out there. Jones, I'm going to knock you off your wrestling high horse. I'm going to give you the wrestling blues. So you just better sit tight and buckle up, buddy.
I would pay to see. I think the only thing I would see if Brock was in AEW was to throw little Marco Stunt all the way through their stage. That's the only thing I would pay for, or as Jim Cornette calls him, dwarf dong sucker.
Yeah, but they would have to back up they'd have to give Brock at least $20 million to begin with. At least $20 million. At least $20 million to begin with.
To even entertain the notion.
Right. I wonder how much they're giving Punk, to be honest. I'm thinking, in all honesty, I'm thinking at least $5 million.
Yeah, I'm thinking around that mark.
You know what I mean?
It's got to be up there.
I'm saying he's only wrestling 10 to 12 times a year, maybe.
Yeah,
that's what I hear. But
like an Edge contract.
What 10 to 12 times a year?
And he's like commentating and maybe going out there doing interviews and stuff. But I don't think we'll be seeing a match on free TV at all.
I want to backtrack a little bit. Kappa said earlier about, it's another place for guys to work, and I'm absolutely happy about that. However, I don't want it to just be another place for guys to work. I want them to put forth their best foot, because here's the thing. The hardcore wrestling fans are going to watch it. They're going to go to the shows no matter what. Okay, so you can throw all the rigmarole out there, and they're going to eat it all up. Yeah. But see, the numbers that Punk just did, like 1.2 million, they've pulled that number close to that number before without Punk being there, and then the number drops again. You want to know why it drops again? Because when the casual fan turns it on and they see all the other just, I'm sorry, but when they see all the other crap going on there, they're like, oh, hell with this.
They see Red Velvet wrestling. She had no business being in the ring. That was a horrible match.
Yeah, that was...
the fans are chanting more for Britt Baker, and all she was is hanging on the outside, kind of interfering in the match. And I was just like, she had Red Velvet had a botched-looking moonsault, stand-in moonsault, and I thought she knocked herself out because she landed weird.
And also what Kappa said earlier, and I agree 1,000%, 1,000% with this, CM Punk coming in really feels like the first real true star that a casual fan will actually be like, oh, okay. Look, Jericho, he's known and whatnot, but he's never been like at that. He's been champion, but he hasn't been world champion a whole lot in WWE. A few times, you know what I mean? He had the whole undisputed champion, and then he was world champion as, the whole suit and tie Jericho and whatnot. And he's a known name, but he was never really at the break the barrier level of like, a crossover type thing.
He doesn't come to my mind as when people start talking about the GOAT of wrestling.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. And I know everyone has different criteria.
Jones seems to think I hate Jericho. I do not hate Jericho at all. I'm just pointing out things where Jericho could have probably did this better or that or whatever. You know what I mean? But he thinks I'm hating on him. I'm not. I love Jericho. I've always loved Jericho since the early WCW days. I've loved Jericho.
I love Lionheart, Chris Jericho, where he's like, "Come on, baby!"
Yeah,
I like that. I like that version of Jericho. I like that version of Jericho as well. To be honest,
but to a casual viewer, it's not going to matter, man. However, seeing CM Punk pop up there, I guarantee you, more casual fans will be like, "Oh, He's on here? Okay. All right. You know, but you can't follow that up with a bunch of trash after the fact.
The Gun
You
Club
have to do
versus
something.
QT Marshall.
You have to keep, yeah, exactly.
God.
Nobody wants to see, I'm sorry, Jones. Nobody wants to see the freaking Gun Club, dude. I'm sorry, man. They don't. They see Billy Gunn come trotting out there. They're going to be like, oh, geez. You know what I mean? What in the world is going on here? CM Punk is older, yes, but CM Punk is still young enough that he's still from that time frame where a younger fan's going to be like, okay, I want to watch him. You know what I mean? Versus Billy Gunn. What the hell? You know, what is this, 1995? So it's like.
Remember they tried to give him his own singles run with the whole Mr. Ass gimmick. That didn't
totally
work.
Failed. No.
Yeah. I was like, geez.
Rockabilly.
So, yeah. Or the gun, or the, what was it? The Smoking Guns or something? Barton.
The tag
Barton
team?
Billy.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But I wholeheartedly agree with you. CM Punk isn't there for the long run. I think he's there maybe two, 3 years.
I don't see him being there longer than that, yeah.
But the thing is, they're going to have to do a better job of developing their stars and getting new stars.
Yeah.
I don't think Bray Wyatt ends up in the AEW. I just don't see it. I feel as though he takes a hiatus and then they bring him
works
back.
Things out with WWE possibly.
Same goes with Braun Strowman. Strowman does not fit in AEW. Dude is
no way.
He's jacked.
They're already talking. Impact Wrestling was already talking about how, like, they gave little hints out that Braun Strowman was going to be on one of their shows. Like, it was a little something.
I would like to see Braun Strowman on Impact, and I really enjoy Impact. It was actually a good show today. I watched tonight. I watched most.
Yeah, I think it was Scott D'Amore, or somebody, or maybe it was the other guy.
Yeah.
So about
they're making a pitch.
I think
Bray
it's
Wyatt
very
too.
sad how they're not getting the credit they get. I think their product is just as good as AEW. I'm gonna be honest.
I hate the partnership between them because I feel like AEW shitting on them. Like, it's like you're not gonna have one of your guys drop to Kenny Omega.
I don't think it's helping Impact, to be honest. I think they're better off.
It did not have Impact at all.
Mm-mm.
And I think that's Impact's fault. And here's why. When they were having that thing, you never saw an Impact guy. Rich Swann should have been jumping over the guardrails. Sammy Callahan.
Yes, they should have been invading AEW.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those guys should have been invading. And the thing is,
Chris Bay is dope too.
Right.
TJ Perkins.
Right. So the thing is, what you would do is be like, okay, I have to tune in the Impact now because they did that. So will the AEW guys invade Impact, and what's going to happen? That whole relationship, if you want to put it that way, did not do any favors for Impact.
One-sided.
Yeah. And the thing is, people want to crap on Impact, right? But the thing is, from the TNA days, let me tell you something. They had some class. Their Ultimate X matches with Edith Skipper and those guys, and Sanjay Dutt and Amazing Red, those were awesome. Samoa Joe came from TNA. AJ Styles, a whole lot.
The first 7 or 8 years of TNA, I loved that.
Yeah.
Dude, have you watched it lately though? It's actually really good. It's been.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch it weekly, but I do catch it every once in a while. Yeah.
Really, really good. They got some great talent on there, man. I'm just
They do.
But the problem is they're on that Access network, and they're not on like regular TV. Like, a lot of people don't have Access, which is a shame. Like, they've got kick-ass talent, man.
I know Deonna Purrazzo's been doing her
she's
thing.
Great.
She's a champion in AAA Mexico, and then she's also the Impact champ. So she's a dual champion, which I could see her. She probably has no problem if she has to drop the title in Mexico. That she'll do it. But, I thought it's like, well, if Christian took the Impact title off from Kenny, he's like, why not let Andrade have the AAA title? Like, why, it was just weird because I think.
Yeah, but I heard the reason why was because the rumor is that Tony Khan didn't want him catching two L's in 1 week,
Right. Yeah, that's what I heard too. That's what I heard too. But once again, it does no favors to AAA. it honestly does not do any favors to AAA. Once again, it's Impact looking out for themselves and not too much, and not anybody else in the matter. But like I said, Impact, their women's division is better than the AEW's. I'm sorry to say so.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Their women's division
Just
needs
from
a lot
the-
of work. Did
just
you
from
see
the
that
recent
botch
shows.
by that Red Velvet?
Yeah, we were talking about it.
AEW's women division is really bad.
I mean,
That's,
it was
you know.
really, and that's not the first time she botched. And I feel bad. Like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but
No, man, it's just that's what it is.
like, they should be pushing someone else that's not as green as her. You know,
Like you,
it's a bad look for the product. You know,
I think
yeah.
adding Thunder Rosa helps. But how much will it help? Not so
Thunder
much.
Rosa is a rock star in my eyes.
Yeah.
I
I
think
like
that
Sheeta. I don't know where Sheeta's been.
Sheeta's great. I really like
but
Sheeta too.
But the thing is, Sheeta had the title for so long. She deserves
Yeah.
A break, yeah.
In all honesty, right? I was hoping that a girl like Lufisto would have gone.
She looks good now too. She's been working hard. Have you seen her lately?
No, I haven't, but
She's cut a lot of weight. She looks really good. Like really good. Shout out to her. She's an awesome woman too. I got the opportunity to meet her. She's very cool. Cut a nice promo for me.
I don't know about Jade Cargill though. Like, I mean, she has a look and everything like that, but I don't think she's that good in the ring either.
I like her. She could talk, and she doesn't do too crazy moves, but you don't need the crazy moves if you could talk. I'm a believer of her. She needs a little more. She could be
a little more seasoning.
Yeah, but she's on her way. But look, a botch move here and there. I mean, you got people on the internet just tearing them a new ass, and a lot of it is from this girl. That I mean, how did she do that and miss? And then they announced that they're calling the match. Oh, she missed, and then it was so stupid.
Can't cover that shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you even cover that up, though? I mean, they fixed it nice, though. She just finished the match after that. She's like, F that. And, you know, that was that girl's first match coming back. They're trying to put her over big, and, you know, it's like, that was bad. That was really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about when she came out, what's her name? Jamie Hayter.
Mm-hmm.
When she came out, like at the end of Rampage, they made it look like it's some type of reveal, and it was all like
they didn't need to do all that.
Yeah, and I'm all like, dude, no one knows who she is because it's not. It's not.
I didn't know who she was.
Yeah,
that's my whole point, Jimmy. That's my
there
whole
was no
point.
reason for that. They should.
Casual fans sitting there like, yeah, why do I care?
I don't know who this is.
That's something you do with CM Punk or someone like
right.
Yeah, you have a household name.
Yeah, man.
They're like, oh my God, it's Jamie this and that. I'm like,
who? I'm like, who?
Okay.
Yeah,
or they didn't have to have her with the
and it didn't look good for the girl, you know. Like
no.
And look, with all due respect, you have to also think Red Velvet. They're booking the matches. Red Velvet ain't calling it, so they're telling her to go wrestle these matches. She's gonna wrestle these matches. She's not the boss. She's an employee. So if they keep telling her to wrestle week after week on TV, she's going to do it, you know? It's not her call. It's like if you guys are working for me, it's not your call. You're either going to quit or you're going to wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you're booked, okay, you're wrestling Jamie this week. Even if she feels she's not ready to do some of the things, she's running off of what they're telling her to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen a lot of people on the internet are really hard on that girl, and I feel bad because at the end of the day, she doesn't have control over that shit. She's an employee. You know what I'm saying? We always got to keep that in mind. They're employees, and they're independent contractors too. At the same time, if you think about that shit.
I know Tony Khan made reference that like we don't have a performance center or anything like that. I mean, maybe they should have.
I was just thinking that, Jimmy. I was just literally me and you are on the same wavelength with wrestling talk. That's why I said we need to do this thing.
No,
But,
but it's good to have people that don't think exactly like you, because that's how good
Oh
conversation.
no, we stray.
We probably have some that we won't agree on, and
But you see, they have what's that QT QT? What is his name? QT Marshall. He's a wrestling trainer, so I think a lot of them are under him, and also Dustin also trains people too.
Yeah, but I mean,
but it's not like a performance center where they're molding.
Yeah, but if they had an established training facility, it would definitely, if anything, at the absolute least, benefit the girls. It would benefit the girls absolutely.
I 100% get all of that, but some of them do not need to be on TV right now.
Yeah,
whenever Rampage, nothing.
Exactly.
Some of them do not need to be on TV. You know what I mean?
But, and you know what? But once again, I just want to say, like, it's really not the talent's fault. It's these people that are booking them. Whoever's the ones in charge of this shit.
No, but I mean,
as far as calling the matches and going for move, I think Red Velvet needs to know, like, okay, I shouldn't attempt that move because maybe I'm.
Yeah, but what if they're telling them to do that?
I don't know. I don't know if they're having. I think they're just like, you have 15 minutes and just kind of go out there and put a match where.
I mean, we don't know though.
We're only speculating.
Yeah, and
I don't think
you got to keep that in mind. That it's like, think about look. Let's say, Jimmy, you own a business, right? And we all work for you, and fucking I keep messing up week after week after week, but you still have me as your top employee.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone else is looking at me like Riddick is like, this guy's fucking sucks. What is he doing? Why can't I get a push? Like when all the other girls are there or other guys are there, and me, I may even think I kind of suck, but whatever. I'm working for them, Like the boss should, Jimmy as the boss should be like, dude, all right. Like we're not going to have you wrestle this week. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to have you register this week. You know what I'm saying?
WWE's guilty though of the same thing.
100%, and they get away with a lot of shit that AEW gets.
Look at Emma, who's she's in Impact. And by the way, I wanted to say the few episodes of Impact I do catch once in a while, the women's wrestling has always been solid.
100%.
So, but anyway, like I was going to say, look at Emma. She got fired for like a little shoplifting incident or something that. Maybe wasn't, maybe she just accidentally walked out of the store with the item. We don't know what really happened.
Yeah.
But they fired her for that. Meanwhile, Jimmy Uso got his fifth league. He's on 5 or 6 DUIs and he's out there tag team champions. So, you know what I mean? So they're guilty of the same thing.
You're good.
When you're in with the tribal chief, the tribal chief absolves all.
They're good.
You're rolling with the tribal chief. You're invincible.
All they had to do is like, I'll cover this for you. All you got to do is acknowledge me.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it like this. Look at it like rock stars that get themselves in trouble. The label a lot of times didn't drop them. They kept them around. They believe in the talent. I mean, do I support drinking and driving? Of course not. I think it's awful.
My whole point is
to go to rehab and get some help.
Oh, yeah. My whole point is
he has an issue, and I say that with love. I wish he would get some help, man, because God forbid he hurts himself, or even worse, or not even worse, but just as worse.
Yeah,
hurt someone, an innocent bystander. It's horrible.
I know Kurt Angle was bad in his TNA days, talking about just having like pills and just driving drunk a lot and stuff.
I just mean WWE has fired people for less. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about their talent's worth, bro. That's really what it comes down to with these guys as a business.
If they didn't need that one Uso that got the DWI, they probably would have just been like, oh, you know what? We're just going to send you to rehab and you're just going to be off TV for a while or anything. Or they may just fired him if they didn't really think they needed him. But I think they needed him with the whole Roman thing. And who knows, maybe upcoming Rock feud. That's only speculation, but.
There's not one person out there that can tell me the Bray Wyatt release makes sense.
Of course,
because it makes absolutely no sense at all.
Unless WWE is swerving us, but I don't think that. I don't think
they could be.
They could be, or there could be something new. They're like, you know what? We're gonna make it look like this, and You're gonna go home for a few months. I know people have said, oh, we spotted him at AEW. It's a guy with dreads. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what I
I was like, that's not Bray Wyatt.
Yo, and what do you guys think? Once again, let's revisit this. Do you think that this is just they already had the product, they're gonna put it out, or you think this could be something?
It's a pre-order. It should be like in my hand now. Then it's a pre-order, meaning they're gonna manufacture more.
Yeah, you're right. You are right
okay.
about that.
Not to mention new merch going up on WWE Shop. There's a new bar stool that'll look great in my arcade with the Fiend on it. And
there's a
this is leading more credence to
you know what?
I
did not think about that. This is not even going to be shipping till December, so they're taking the pre-orders now to manufacture this.
Yeah.
So this could be a major thing right here with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because why would they put this out if they weren't?
If they're done with them, they should just be done.
If this is a giant swerve and WWE does swerve at the internet,
They've
everybody
done it before.
I will give them props on that because
I didn't realize that it's a pre-order. You're right, 100%. It literally says on Walmart's website that you will not receive it till December 2021.
Yeah.
Good observation.
But I agree. I didn't understand why they released them or whatever. But
top merchandise seller.
Yeah,
it makes absolutely no sense.
My man, how much is this mask going for? They're like fucking mad money. Like
yeah, exactly. Like I have both the the masks, the good ones, not the cheap ones.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, but
and you know how much money they probably paid that man to make those masks, to sculpt the design.
They were made here in Pittsburgh, so
it's cool.
At Tom Savini's horror studios, where he trains people for makeup.
That's sick.
Yeah, so some of his guys there, those are the ones who've been working on Bray's stuff.
All right, so get this. It is called The Fiend, so it's not a Bray Wyatt. They don't intimate that, right? So it's got to be. They'll probably bring, since they own the Fiend, right?
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. They may bring back the Fiend, not as Bray Wyatt.
And look at what they're doing with Elias. These weird vignettes in the woods, right? Where did Bray Wyatt start out? In the woods. So it's just so like WWE. To sit here and be like, I know, Jimmy, I know they know it's going to have backlash, but maybe they want the backlash. Maybe that's the kind of, I mean, look at Vince, you know how he is. He loves to get people pissed off, and he loves doing that. And he's probably thinking, it's such good shit. You know what I mean?
Cue up the Vince McMahon puppet. It's like, oh, shit. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
God, this is like a 7-year-old child. Oh my God, dude! He's going Benjamin Button on us, man. I'm telling you. Shit.
Yeah, he's wilding out, dude.
The senility is setting in, and there's nothing y'all fools could do about it, man.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to. I don't know. Hey, maybe the Fiend merchandise will sell on its own without having the Bray Wyatt, dual character. Because he's probably sitting back, it's like, what the hell is this crap?
I'm looking at the old Funko.
Well, what if he comes back and he's not Bray Wyatt? Here's another option.
It does say Bray Wyatt on the old one.
Right. What if he comes back, but he's just the Fiend? There's no Firefly Funhouse. He will actually talk, through the mask and whatnot, and be just the Fiend. I mean, that's always possible. I mean, look at the picture they used when they fired him. You're telling me you couldn't use a current Fiend picture or a Funhouse Bray picture? They used a freaking picture from like 2018 of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, white pants and all.
And just said Bray Wyatt. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It might be something, it might not, but I mean, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
guys, if you could hit the thumbs up button, please show that love and support for the channel. We're trying to make things happen. Hit that share button. Show that love and support, please.
Yeah, but I personally think he was never right, or he hasn't been right since Brody Lee died.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly feel as though he hasn't been right since then. I'm not sure if he was able to see him before he died. I know Big E did, but I don't think he has been right since
Yeah, you know how much traveling those guys did together? Keep in mind, a lot of us sometimes we forget they do like 1 to 2 house shows a week too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're only home for maybe a day or two if they even decide to go home.
Right.
And it's like those guys form a brotherhood, and then the death was very mysterious and strange to begin with.
Yeah, we still.
But his wife came out and explained what happened, but because everybody said, "Oh, COVID," and then his wife came out and said exactly what happened. But I mean, to lose somebody as close as that, I can understand you not being right for a long while. People can say when you're dealing with something like that, or you get over it. Nah, I know people that it's been years upon years and they still ain't right. You know what I mean? So, but I just feel as though they messed up the Fiend character. To be honest,
Oh yeah,
I feel as though they totally messed it up. They didn't.
time and time again.
They did not do that character justice at all.
I know a lot of people like that Alexa Bliss shit too. I didn't really like where it went with that. That was like really bad at the end. To me,
I'm absolutely irritated that they would keep that gimmick on her after all that.
It's like they passed on his. They gave him the rub. You know what I'm saying?
Something he created and worked so hard on.
But at the same time, you
a
can't
low
blame
rent B grade version, to her, and then they're like, "All right, thanks, man."
You can't blame her though.
No,
absolutely
not.
Yeah, and she even went out and thanked him on the day he got released.
Didn't like the fact that he was let go either.
Yeah,
I don't blame her at all. She goes to work and she does what she's told. That's what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I actually like that gimmick on her compared to what she was before.
I'd rather see this than what she was before. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I mean, if she had the other characters from the Firefly Funhouse with her, then I'd be kind of like, I don't know about this. But she has Lily, which is her own thing, and I guess they'll judge if they keep that with her, I guess, by the sales. But I saw a lot of people at SummerSlam with those Lily dolls.
From what I understand, it's selling. So.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I got right over there? Have you ever noticed that?
The hell was that?
It's Mercy the Buzzard, yeah.
Yeah, that's Mercy the Buzzard.
It is.
Oh, I thought
you guys never noticed that. That's over there.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was a stuffed animal, dude. Really?
That's Mercy the Buzzard up there.
Hey, couldn't they do something with Ruby Riott, with that whole same look and just have like a 3-woman stable just running roughshod over people, her and Liv Morgan and,
Didn't release Ruby Riott
with the blue tongue, and I loved that.
But didn't they release Ruby Riott?
No longer with WWE, so.
Yeah.
She has some vignette where she's driving, she stole a car, and she heard her old WWE music and just started kind of screaming or something.
I got something to say about vignettes. So every guy, like not every guy, but almost every freaking guy that's left WWE and now is in AEW have had the freaking, oh my God, I've been in prison vignette. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you look at them in AEW and they're literally doing the same thing or even worse things than they were doing in WWE. So I'm like, dude, quit. Now, see, I will say this, even though Moxley had one like that, it was very well done. I will say that. But even though Moxley had that, Moxley didn't go out on a bad note.
No.
From WWE. He wrote out his contract. They even gave him a farewell tour. You know what I'm saying? And everything was on good terms. He's not on bad terms with them.
No, I was telling Delz the other I was watching a interview with Colin Cowherd interviewing Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon was off to the side. I guess Renee Paquette, Moxley's wife, works for Colin Cowherd, and he's going to interview Stephanie. And he's like, come on up here, Renee. And Renee goes over there. She gives Triple H a big-ass hug, hugs Colin, and I guess she's going to do an interview with Stephanie McMahon. So, obviously from the WWE and Moxley standpoint, that I think I heard that they checked. She said on her like podcast that It's like, yeah, they checked up on Mox because he was injured or something like that. Make sure he's all right and everything like that. So
yeah,
I'm sure they didn't have to, but I mean,
right? No, they didn't have to. Do
they're
that.
still like, hey,
No,
do
they're still on good terms. There's no bridges burnt there.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to the point Riddick was making, I find it rather disingenuous, and here's why: the whole prison gimmick. I'm like, WWE was such a prison that you went there in the first place. Number one, number two, you got paid pretty well.
Yeah.
That was a nicely paid prison that you went to, because some of you made high five and probably six-figure salaries. What kind of prison is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Luxury prison.
And now you wouldn't be the name that you are in AEW if it wasn't for WWE.
Yeah,
It's true. So
because
they're not going to put you on AEW Dark.
Right.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, AEW, people keep thinking that AEW is the end all be all, right? AEW is not going to hire a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, they got a ceiling, man.
Right. I want to see how people react when AEW has no other choice but to start cutting people. How they're going to react.
They're going to have to.
Yep.
They're going to have to.
Like Marco's stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he contributes nothing.
They use Marco Stunt as like a sidekick. He's not really wrestling anymore.
So what you're saying is he's that little Chihuahua dog that's bouncing
pay a
underneath
lot of
the
money
dog
to
in
see Brock
cartoons.
Lesnar chunk him.
Yes.
Let me say that again. I can't hear y'all when y'all talk at the same time. What happened?
Oh, I said, so he's basically the little Chihuahua dog that's bouncing underneath the big dog in the cartoons.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I feel about it.
And I said I would pay a lot of money to see Brock Lesnar just chunk him across the room.
I want the Rey Mysterio treatment on him when NWO was running around.
Oh my God,
when Nash threw him in the trailer?
Lawn dart.
Yeah.
I think his position now, him not actually wrestling, but just kind of just hanging out with them, I don't mind him with those guys. I just felt it wasn't believable when you had someone that's like maybe looked like he's like 80 pounds throwing around, big guys.
Yeah.
Like just like it's kind of crazy looking, But him hanging around, I don't mind that at all. I actually don't mind the kid,
No, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, like I said, as long as he doesn't wrestle, that dude. I mean, he wrestles.
It doesn't look believable.
He wrestles some wrestlers that may have had bowel movements that are bigger than he is. Okay,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God.
Cornette's not a fan of him. He calls him Dwarf Dong Sucker.
Dwarf Dong Sucker. And Dino Douche.
I didn't really get him until I started watching him on Sammy Guevara's his own vlog channel. He's a cool kid, man. Cool cat, young guy, Yeah. I actually like him. He's pretty talented too. He plays instruments, he can sing. I know that has nothing to do with wrestling, but if he's just hanging out, getting a check, I can't get mad at that. I just don't like him. I just think that if he's gonna wrestle, he's gotta wrestle someone his size. Like
yes, sir.
He can't be wrestling FTR or anything like that.
Yeah, or SoCal, like the Cali dudes, man. Like,
yeah,
I remember seeing them and like he was like tossing them around, and I was like, this shit looks crazy. These guys are so much bigger than him, and it just doesn't look. It makes the viewers feel like idiots watching this. It's like it doesn't make sense. Like.
Yeah.
The guy weighs so little and he's fucking jumping off the top rope, Hurricanranas and tossing it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, I don't want to see him powerbomb a guy that's twice his size and stuff. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It just insults the viewer's intelligence,
He mega plexes him off the top rope. It's like, come on, bro. Really?
But I think it like the whole gimmick, like the dinosaur and the jungle boy, and then having the little dude with him. It visually, I understand that, but just the wrestling, when I see the three ways, you notice he's really not wrestling at all anymore.
Oh, good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I like Luchasaurus. I mean, I like Luchasaurus and all, but I mean,
I remember seeing Luchasaurus for the first time at a live show, and I said, "What the hell is this?" And then I seen him wrestle. I said, "Okay, I get it now."
Well,
pretty
I
was in
remember
NXT.
seeing him in Lucha Underground.
He
Yeah,
was in NXT for a minute.
yeah, without the mask, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
where does he go when? I mean, I can see Jungle Boy changing his gimmick up, to the Hollywood snob
Yeah,
gimmick.
they
I
have
was
to
just
do
going to
that
say,
eventually.
Jimmy, he Jungle Boy needs to, like, at some point, maybe not right now, but at some point, I think it would do him well to embrace the fact that he's Luke
Hollywood
Perry's son.
wicked.
Exactly. Go Hollywood.
Okay. And go all in on it.
I think if CM Punk mentioned him as a potential opponent, like I think in order for it to be a good marquee match, you have the Hollywood douche versus the straight edge superstar.
Absolutely.
Hey, I need to ask y'all a question. I know this is off topic. We'll be real quick with it. And we're going to break up out of here. Y'all want us to keep going. Put some coins in the meter because it's getting a little late for me. I got a lot of shit to do early.
Yeah.
With StockX, when you order a shoe, when does it stop pending? When they ship the shoe?
Usually you get a notification that says, good news, your shoes have shipped from the seller.
How long does that usually take?
Well, they have
Couple
3
days.
business days to do it.
How many?
They have the seller has 3 business days to ship the shoes. Now, if you're a pleb and you forget that you sell something on StockX, because most of these resellers have different platforms that they use, like GOAT and stuff like that, they don't keep up with that stuff. So they could end up not shipping the dang shoe, and they get penalized for it. And guess what? You don't get a shoe.
You get your money refunded.
You get your money refunded.
Wow.
Damn
So
it.
there's a possibility that they may not ship these.
Man.
It's been 2 days now, right?
Yes, it's been
If
2
I bought
days.
them on the 25th, then that's 1 business day, correct? Or they start off the next day?
I think the next day.
No, actually, the same day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what they do to me.
Okay. So you fucked up.
Oh, hell no. Come on, man. Come on, man.
So the 25th, so then that's 26 today. And then tomorrow will be another business day. So if they don't ship it by tomorrow, they send me my money back?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
They'll send you your money back, and then hopefully that guy from eBay, you could offer the same one. Or hell,
Yeah, I felt like a dickhead with him. But he
Delz, seriously?
What?
You didn't like get all smart with them, did you?
No, I messaged him back. I said I apologize. I don't have the money for it right now.
Oh, you could just be honest and say,
I told him I apologize. I don't have the bread for it. I don't need to tell him I got another deal. He respected I hit him back so he could repost his shit.
Oh yeah.
Is it still up?
Should be.
Okay. Well, hey,
I hit him back again. I say I'm ready right now. He took fucking forever to accept my offer.
Oh.
Shit.
So
you know why, right? Because if they have something posted up there, they're gonna, if somebody buys it for their price, that's why they don't accept it, or they wait till the last minute, and they have there's 2 days, 2 or 3 days to accept it.
Yeah.
So
eBay takes 50 years, and I had bad experiences with them, so I'm like kind of just like fuck them,
Oh man.
But them those fees they charge is insane, bro.
All of them, man.
Oh, I'm about to get up out of here though, bro. I gotta get up at 6 in the morning, so I gotta.
The fees are crazy on eBay. I just sold one. I sold a Myers mask, one of the high end ones that I have. That I have so many. I just I could use the money.
Yeah.
So I sold one on eBay, and I mean I sold it for like what 310 or something like that. And at the end of the whole thing, I got like 240.
Damn.
After all the fees and this and that and all that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, we have to take a fee to put it in your bank and take out the money in your bank and this.
No, but what's absurd with StockX, they charge me like $30, $40 a fee for buying something. That's,
yeah.
Wasn't that
like you're buying.
Wasn't that shipping? That wasn't shipping or anything?
No.
No, they charge like an extra 3% fee or something like that.
So stupid.
BS.
I should have bought it somewhere else.
It's
all good.
the privilege of buying off StockX.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it used to be.
I buy shoes off of Goat to be.
Yeah, same here.
I mess with Goat. I don't mess.
Yeah, I just wanted to experiment for the show. You know.
No, my thing is,
it's released tomorrow, real quick, because I really got to go.
Okay.
Is this a big deal? This Sakaya.
Yeah,
I want them.
It's a big deal.
I want the navy ones.
Well, that's the one that's releasing tomorrow.
Yeah,
of course.
I like the gray ones better.
Maybe we'll do the show on the Sneaker Addict. Then we have a battle tomorrow night at 7:00. So, guys, I got to get out of here. I got to go to bed. Like I really got to go to bed.
All right, man.
See y'all.
All right, peace.